All right. I don't know if anybody's in there yet. I haven't checked I haven't checked to see if anybody's actually on yet. Looks like we got a comment from MJSK. What's up, man? Okay. I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait a couple more minutes. See if anybody else is gonna filter in, but let's go ahead and get started. Can you hear me? Or I'm sure everyone can hear me. I'm actually getting volume levels this time. It's not like the first time. Um, I messed around with OBS a few times throughout the week, so I'm got like 2 hours under my belt. I think I'm pretty much a pro now. So yeah, I don't throughout the week. I literally just work, do narrations and go to sleep. I think I get like 4 hours a night if I'm lucky. But my wife can attest to that. She's always asking me to take a break. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to see what I'd planned. I completely forgot. Okay, so news wise, I have new artwork. Um, I went ahead and commissioned a graphic designer to go ahead and crap. I completely just lost everything I had. I commissioned a graphic designer to go ahead and get me a logo. We worked together and we came up with not that. That's probably the last time I used that. Uh, let's see. Boom. I think there's like a 5 second delay, so I'm not sure when everybody sees it. But that is my new channel artwork. And I will officially go ahead and put that up now during this. Yeah, I was super excited. I was super excited about it. I've been waiting like an entire week to go ahead and share it, and it's been killing me inside. Because as soon as I got it, last week I got sick, so I wasn't able to do much with it, and I just waited till this week to go ahead and share it. Um, where did I put it? Yeah, I think that'll work. I'll change it later. I'm not too worried about it right now. All right. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and there's a couple other things. The channel. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll probably it's once I hit 100 subscribers, I'm gonna have that giveaway, but I'm also going to go ahead and make a nice tattoo. Yeah, seriously. um, I might. Who knows? I'll just add it. I only got the. I've had the one tattoo I've had for the last 10 years. I've got it touched up a little bit, but yeah, this whole thing goes well enough. I might just make it a tattoo. Be a fun memory. Um, but where was I at? um, so as along with the 100 subscribers, I'm also going to go ahead and that's when I'll probably go ahead and make a Patreon, and I'll go ahead and make merch at the same time. I'm not expecting anybody to really buy merch. So what I'll do probably for the first until I really get like 500 subscribers, I'll probably go ahead and give a couple pieces of merch away, and I think I'm gonna make a hat and a shirt. The shirt's gonna have the channel logo that I'm currently showing off now, and the hat is something else I'm trying to go ahead and design. I'm not very good at drawing, but I'm trying to sketch it out a little bit and then just have somebody else take care of the rest later. Um, but I'll probably give away a hat, maybe a shirt, and yeah, it'll be fun. Um, the more people out there wearing wearing Sergeant Scare stuff, the more people come in, and we can then we can get that whole hype train going. And the better this channel does, the more narrations I'll be able to put out a week. I know that my narrations have been kind of low. I think that the one May did for Wednesday, that was probably the longest one we've done in a while, which is 20 minutes. I'm gonna once I have like it's not that I'm not choosing to put towards the time, but I can justify taking not working a 10-hour shift at work to go ahead and do this if it's worth the if you get what I'm saying. It's if it's worth taking that extra time off of work and losing money for it, because I'll just be making it back through here. By the way, I'm not even really keeping any of them. Anything that I make off this channel goes right back into it. There's so many things I want to do, and everything's super expensive. So like I want to get a VFX artist to design an entire to design my entire intro. I have the whole idea in mind, and it's gonna be crazy. But 20 seconds of really good animation is gonna run me a minimum of $750 to anywhere from $750 to like $6,000. So like I can't front 6,000. Like I can't in all honesty front that and be okay with it. So I'm definitely putting in, but that's what the whole merch thing is going to be, and that's why I'm going to go ahead and go through with the whole Patreon thing and everything else, because the more money comes in through this channel, the more goes right back into it. So it's gonna be fun. And let's see. I just want to let y'all know that it's not about money. It's literally about just making this channel better. This is what I like doing. Also, the content of this channel may go back and forth. It's a horror channel through and through. It started out reading No Sleep, or creepypasta, whatever you want to call it. And I took your advice, MJ, for last week with that SCP, and I started reading into the universe. Yeah, I've middle way through the week, I realized that I've actually read a lot of these stories before, and I just kind of it's been a few years since I probably had the time to sit down and read them. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy universe. So what I want to go ahead and do is I want to read a few. Thank you. I'm glad you'll be buying the t-shirts, and you like the logo. It's awesome. Me and this graphic designer, we were getting super frustrated because we were understanding kind of what we wanted, what each other was going to do, but like I wasn't very good at describing it, and he kind of knew what I wanted, but he was just a little off here and there. But we finally got it pretty on the money. Like, is as close as I can transfer it from my head to him. I think he actually did a little bit better than I wanted. So what I want to do is go ahead and take a few of these stories, every 7 to 10 of these SCPs. Since there's so much out there, I don't have to go ahead and get permission. That's less time I have to wait to put any stories up, or not to wait to put stories up, but that's less work I have to. That's less time I have to go into just running through a million stories. I can go, okay, this SCP looks really good, and this will go with what I have planned in the future. So I'll go ahead and read this. And what I have planned in the future is every few SCPs, since they're all Creative Commons and I can pretty much do whatever I want with them without asking for permission, as long as I go ahead and put the source material up. I'm planning on adding to that universe and not either, and creating a story using those creatures, either told by a random civilian standpoint or an agent of SCP. I have to read more into their organization to really understand that, but if it's just a random civilian, I could get that. From what I've been reading so far, it doesn't seem too far off, and I've seen other stories where they've done similar. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. So now that I've gotten all that off, because that was a lot of news, and I didn't want to jam that into one single video throughout the week. That's what we're in quite a few minutes now, so it was too much for one particular video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start us off with some 2-sentence horror and get that exercise. It's a nice little exercise, and then we'll see what we're gonna do from there. Oh, you have any questions for me about what we're doing with this, about what's going on with this channel, or anything in particular? Anything from being the channel to my life or whatever, doesn't matter. If we do, I'll keep an eye on the comments. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and look for a story. I had one and I lost it. Here we go. My high school teacher caught me cheating and is threatening to fail me if I don't stop. I just wanted to experience real love with someone my age for a change. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm all right, I feel dumb. Every day for the past decade, I'd knock on my wall for comfort. Today I didn't hear a knock back, and a tear traced my cheek as I realized that I was now the last prisoner alive. Jesus Christ, been there for a decade, now you're the last one. It's gonna mess with you. Some real POW stuff. I pride myself in hiring the mentally disabled and veterans alike. Weapons testing is so much more effective with live targets. Jesus Christ. I wrote a suicide note today. Her handwriting is so easy to replicate. Man, that is a legit fear of mine. Somebody just does something, makes it look like me, goes ahead and writes a note in front of me in my handwriting and just offs me right there. And then you take the blame for it. I mean, I guess you don't really have to worry about it, but it's crazy. Never be able to set that record straight. The little girl brought home a bunch of avocados she found in the forest floor. Unsure of how to open one, she observed it carefully and decided that she must first pull out the metal pen. Oh no! No, not the metal avocado. I always knew I'd someday get too old to play with you. I heard my imaginary friends say as I began fading away. Oh man. All the children made fun of Jake for being a late bloomer, as the other kids around his age were already showing off their powers, like flying around or turning water into ice. But Jake had none of that. I hate you all, and I wish you would just disappear, Jake screamed out. And they did. Yeah, that's pretty scary, especially if it's something you don't mean. Um, so I'm a person that likes anime a lot, and that's the backstory of this one character in the show that I watch. He just he did something that he didn't really mean. His powers came out, and it just destroyed his entire. It broke his entire family apart. It was just nuts. Yeah, I feel for that. When I heard my husband screaming from downstairs, I knew I made a mistake. I guess I told my son one too many times that I wish he had his father's eyes. Damn. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get them peepers? From his dad, apparently. As the school shooter came closer, I only thought of one thing while I was pulling out my gun. He started earlier than planned. Conspiracies for the win. Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Or jet fuel can't melt steel beams. uh, I knew I knew by the way she smiled up at me and how her legs were shaking that I was hitting the right spot. Right when she was getting close, I tightened my grip on her neck and I snapped it. She said she always enjoyed being teased. I, I wondered why I was being put under for an ankle exam, but the reason became clear when the doctor said, "See you soon, Tim." As I lost consciousness, I thought of Tim, my hospital roommate who was scheduled to have both legs amputated. Jesus Christ. That's something that I've actually you see a lot in TV, like or cartoons or any. I think it's I can't think of any show now, but I know I've seen it like 100 times. TV shows, they'll wake up and they'll have their leg gone when they should have had like a kidney, something with their kidneys done or a kidney taken out. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty terrifying thing, but I think I've been desensitized to it. I was 16 and riding a bus when I heard I can transfer my when not heard. Well, I was 16 and riding a bus when I learned I can transfer my consciousness to other people around me. Would have lived longer if I didn't transfer my consciousness to the driver. Dang. Yeah, that sucks. Being germophobic, everyone laughed at me when I brought a complete set of hazmat suit and supplies. Now I wish someone was with me to laugh. It's like those doomsday preppers. Yeah, you kind of hope that they're not right, but because if they are, you're screwed. Nothing you can really do. I went up to the man who had been living with me for years and asked him a question. Who the hell are you? Guess they were too afraid to ask the whole time. My son would tell me stories of his imaginary friends who live in the trees. He went missing 3 days ago. Yeah, screw that. The long lines not enchanted. The long lines, entitled climbers, and increasing pollution really is becoming a dangerous problem on Mount Everest. That just means me and my Sherpa friends will be questioned less and less at the death rate as the death rates of Westerners keep rising. I feel like my mic's low. I'm just going to boost that up a little bit. Oh, okay, I think it sounds better now. I can't really tell because I have my headphones down so my mic doesn't pick it up. I never believed that cats see ghosts. That is, until they started looking at the freezer. I rap in front of my son to pass the knowledge on to him. Oh no, the second sentence is an edit. Turn rap into rape. No. Everyone is a pain. Everyone is in a panic over the coronavirus. Just wait till they see what else we got out of our what else we got out of our lab. What? What else? Oh, okay. Everyone is in a panic over the coronavirus. Just wait till they see what else got out of our lab. Man, there's a big conspiracy that there's these bugs called love bugs in the South, and that they were created in LSU, Louisiana State University, because they're not in anything's food chains. They're too acidic to be eaten by anything. And they were supposedly created to eat mosquitoes, but they don't actually do that. So they're these bugs that fly around and they're attracted to white. So if you paint a fence or you have a white car, you're kind of screwed. Love bugs are going to be all around it. And yeah, the thing is that supposedly LSU created it. It was just a failed experiment. And I mean, it sounds pretty legitimate because they're really not in any they're not in the food chain at all. Everything's in the food chain except for humans. We took ourselves out, but yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. Okay, so all what's a comment? Um, what you have for your channel sounds good. Channel should explode soon. Yeah. um, I'm not. I don't want to sound like a jerk or anything, but like I hear other narrators on YouTube, and maybe it's just the way they talk or whatever. It's just I'll definitely hear their audio quality, and it's I don't want to be mean about other YouTubers because I really like some of these other people, but their audio quality is like so low, and I can barely hear. Either I can barely hear them, or it just sounds like there's a fan running in the background. But yeah, I don't. I'll see how many subscribers they have and how many like views they're getting versus mine, and I'll be like, all right, well they've been at it a little bit longer, so. But it might be how I'm marketing myself too. I've got to get better at social media. I kind of suck. As for May, said I didn't mention May. She's gonna be a part of my channel. She fits in good. Yes. The the plan is still to have her a part of the channel once a week. She she doesn't like she's really self conscious about reading it on the mic, and I keep telling her she sounds better than I do because I honestly do think she sounds way better than me. She's a lot more composed, that's for sure. I constantly mess up, but she can blow through a sentence super fast and move on to the next. I'll be reading a narration and I'll struggle with every sentence. It's just yeah. I think my finished product usually sounds good, but that's actually one of the reasons that I like these live streams is because I think they're gonna help me get better at getting stuff right on the first try. They're kind of gonna force me to get things better or get better at reading. Well, reading out loud as I read. Usually I'll study something for a little bit and memorize it, and then go ahead and read. But I guess I have to get used to it. But yeah, she's going to be a part of. She's just going to be. She's going to do whatever she wants to do. I told her she has free reign on Wednesdays to do absolutely whatever. So she's trying to put something. If it's not, she doesn't like horror for the most part. So if it's not going to be like slightly creepy or weird, like the laws, they were just weird laws, then I lost my train of thought. If they're not going to be like weird or creepy, they'll be what I mean. Who knows what she's going to do? She's a wild card. I can't, I can't really predict. She'll ask me if something's okay, and I'll tell her like, no, 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 it's all up to you. So yeah, she's going to do whatever she's going to do. Oh, what I meant to talk about earlier is So this is a horror channel, and um, it was this channel was I originally did horror because I really like I really like voicing animated stuff. I do other voice acting and stuff on the side. Um, I do like voice acting in every capacity of it, pretty much. But this channel I originally made to get better at narration because I absolutely sucked at narration. I still kind of do, but I do a lot of editing. I'm starting to get a lot better at editing too and faster. But at some point, I may do a face reveal and start doing live videos as well, like with an actual camera, not live as in um, like happening in the moment, but I might start putting on maybe like a creepier show with actual footage and stuff, maybe other people. I have some friends over at No Roads Media. Um, you can just type in if you want to see what they do. You can literally just type in No Roads Media on YouTube, and you should see an image of. Let's see. I don't really remember what their thing is. It's a Jason mask. I'm actually in their newest trailer for the Scream trailer. You won't probably know who I am because I look like 10 years younger than I actually am. I actually look like a high school student in it. Um, but these guys are awesome. Oh, you've seen me done up as a zombie? Yeah. I forgot I put that on the. I forgot I put that on. I think it was Twitter, Instagram, something like that. I don't really use Instagram. I don't even know why I have that up. Like, I can't. I suck at it. My wife's supposed to take care of it, but she don't. She doesn't. Um, but yeah, I might try to work with them to try to get something done. But who knows? I like doing a lot of voice stuff. So that's where the passion is for me. I might choose to go to live action. I might not. Um, okay, it was Twitter. Nice, thanks. Um, who knows? Just letting you know, just in case I go towards that, because it's definitely a possibility. Let's get back and read a couple more of these. People considered Steve the ugliest man alive, and thus was sent to the moon alone. If only the others could see him now, officially the hottest human alive, due to process of elimination. Dang. Must have been an Armageddon scenario. The wind rushed through my hair and over my skin. I never felt so alive and free. Had I ever felt this way before, I wouldn't have jumped. That's a pretty decent cliche. It's you jump off the building and realize you don't want to die after all. But it's too late because you're about to die. I told her I was not cheating on her. The Tinder date in my bedroom was just dinner. Dang. I hit a murderer in the chest with an axe. You should have gone for the head. I think they messed up their grammar, but I'm not going to correct it. Holding my newborn son in my arms, I felt the crunch as I accidentally sat on my laptop. When I realized it was my laptop I was holding, I sat up and left without looking back. Yeah, that's a smart move. And that's why that person still lived. Having ALS and being bound was bad enough as it is, but not being able to look away from when the bombs started falling was worse. Yeah, it's pretty frightening. The patient asked the doctor to be alone with his wife in his last moments. He watched him uttering his last words from a distance. He observed him weakly grabbing something in the air. His wife had died years ago. It's 2050 and I'm watching Wall-E again with my kids. Grandpa won't stop shouting about how it was a fantasy movie when he was a kid and not a documentary. 2050. There should be more than... I guess it would be Grandpa by then. I don't know. Would it come out in 2009, I think? It was a little bit before I joined the Air Force. It wasn't the fact that the small town cemetery was so full of gravestones that disturbed the visitor. It was the fact that there were gravestones ready for the existing populace, along with future dates. We've bred wolves into Chihuahuas and Great Danes. Our human breeding program will take a lot longer, but our organization is dedicated to producing similarly impressive results. So what are they going to do? What are they going to resume the Hitler master race cloning thing? No, thank you. I hate the stories. I hate the stories going, if you go to this man's house on Halloween night, he'll kill you. I mean, sure, it might be true, but how would you like it if people started making rumors about you? I feel like they're not rumors, though. And it's sad that it is true. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. Oh, no. A piece of my sound treatment stuff fell. My son called downstairs and asked for his mother to read him a bedtime story. I walked upstairs, attaching my wife's peeled face to mine, held together by staples and glue, and asked him what he'd like to hear tonight. Jesus Christ. You need some motivation, so here's your writing prompt. I've got your kids, and if you don't write a compelling story about their murderer, I'll kill them. Jesus. As the hot air balloon rose up into the sky for our 3-hour tour, my stomach turned with butterflies from excitement. Unfortunately, 5 minutes later, I realized it was the bag of sugar-free gummy bears I had eaten and not excitement. Man, that's for 3 hours as well. That sucks. That is terrifying. I was browsing the produce at my local grocery store, trying to decide which banana bunch to take home, when I felt a small prick on my finger. I dropped the bananas, swearing in pain, and saw a spider retreat back into the safety of the bunch. I don't like spiders. But he do a protect. I hate that word. Skiing in the Alps is really fun and exciting opportunity to meet like-minded people. Make skipping quarantine worth it. So that's how the coronavirus is getting everywhere. People just saying, whatever. All right, I'm going to do a couple more of these. And we'll find something else. There have been so many posts and comments in this subreddit lately about eating children. Yet not a single decent recipe to be found. Oreos and vodka. It's actually really good together with children. Yeah. I suddenly felt the pain of 1,000 bones breaking in. I suddenly felt the pain of 1,000 bones breaking and my vitals being squeezed out. Looking back, expecting absolute gore, I only saw the Viking halfway through making the first incision. The Viking. I don't know. Being buried alive was bad enough. Realizing I wasn't alone in my grave was worse. Yeah, screw that. What? No. That's why he got buried alive, was because whatever's in there with him needed to go. And he just got caught in it. I love ethics courses. They give me so many ideas. Yeah, that's why those people should not take ethics courses. I figured out what the best way. What? I figured out what the best way to really truly show how much you love somebody. Dig them up in 2 hours. Dig them up in 2 hours just before their air runs out of their coffin. Yeah, you get some Stockholm syndrome for sure. Or that what's that, Nightingale? Whatever, when you nurse somebody back to health and then they love you. It's a little bit of both though. I couldn't wipe a grin off my face as my husband resurfaced from the ocean. The baby wasn't with him anymore. That's terrifying. I was so excited to get into my bubble bath until my mom unplugged the toaster and hit it. Jesus. I love taking selfies with my family, especially my grandma. We had her funeral yesterday, but for some reason, whenever I take selfies alone now, I always see her beside me, smiling like she used to. I boarded a direct flight to Houston around the middle of last month. I hope it lands soon. Yeah, so that reminds me, what happened to that Malaysian flight? Did they ever find that? I don't know. No, everybody forgets about stuff in like within a few months anyway, so I don't think that really matters. Whatever. Those people are never getting found anyway. I wanted to be just like John Wayne as a kid and used to dress up all the time. Today, I just got my dream job as a party clown. Man, nope. I don't hate clowns. I just hate people like I hate people that dress as clowns that are literally just trying to, yeah. I'm fine with clowns. The murderous ones are the ones I hate. As I opened the door and caught my son in the act with his sister, he could only exclaim, "Mommy, we were just playing doctor." I dropped the laundry basket, and my hands covered my mouth as my son stood over the bloody corpse of my daughter, desperately struggling to stitch up the gaping chest wound he'd made. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do in that situation. The man smiled as his date swayed down the halls of her The man smiled as his date swayed down the halls of her apartment. She smiled, knowing that he'd be joining others in her walls. Well, whatever makes her happy, I guess. After tying my dog's leash to the bridge, his food next to him, and feeling at peace, I jumped off. My last moments of peace turned into horror as I saw my dog jump after me, while his leash refused to let him go. That's super depressing. Dog didn't do anything. He couldn't decide whether to bury or cremate. We couldn't decide whether to bury or cremate Grandma. We ended up just letting her live. You know, I don't think that's 2-sentence horror. I think that's 2-sentence, like, happy. We just let her live. Screw it. I can't really live with this. I really can't live with this anymore. I've been hit by a curse, making me say the exact same thing over and over. I really don't want to, and... Oh, okay. That was like that one I did. It was just like, it's a time loop, blah, 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 it's a time loop. And I think I read that one. It was for the last one I read on my channel, not the SCP, but it was a time, it was after the main story. It was for a time loop. And I probably read it about 4 times, and I waited till I looped it really, like, until it just sounded almost flawless, because I was repeating it, so I just looped it back onto itself. It was pretty good. Still surprised at how good these 2-sentence horror are. Yeah, I know. You can tell a lot with 2 sentences. It's crazy. I think it's because there's so much left unsaid that your imagination kind of just fills up, and you feel like that sense of dread because it doesn't tell you anything. It tells you a lot, and it tells you nothing at the same time. So it's just that feeling of knowing what there is and feeling of not knowing what's left. I woke up in the middle of the night to fetch myself a glass of water. When I returned from the kitchen, I saw myself sleeping in my bed. I don't think that one's creepy. I think that's just astral projection there. There's something. There's one 2-sentence horror that I was involved in with the other day. It's on my Reddit. Let me look at my post real quick. Okay. Apparently it got removed. Oh well. Okay, so here's the one I was involved with. I didn't write it or anything. I just found it and sent a clip of the. So it's 2-sentence horror, but I went ahead and commented 3rd sentence happy because it's another subreddit. So the original story is, my husband is amazing. I haven't had to wash the dishes in over 2 months. When I bought a big bag of his favorite candy as a thank you, he said that he thought I'd been doing them. And then somebody commented, I can't believe it. It was actually our wonderful son. What a nice young man. And so I went ahead and posted third sentence happy. And I think this person did a really good job. They, March 6, 2020, had another session with patient 43, Mrs. Hannah today. Her illusion has worsened. In addition to having a husband, she now believes that she also has a 9-year-old son. Admission to professional asylum is recommended. That is the best ending. Like, to that 2-sentence, I think that is the perfect 4th sentence for that. And I responded to them saying, awesome twist, sounds like something I'd read on my channel. And behold, I did. Because I think it was too good to not say. But yeah, they definitely did well with that. I don't know who thinks of that, to be honest. Let's see. Where was I at? I'm going to read a few more, and then I'm going to go ahead and read an SCP. And then we'll see what time it is after that. So I don't see how a lot of YouTubers, I'll hear people live stream, and especially since I've been live streaming, I've been paying attention to other people live streaming, and I don't really hear their mouse clicks or scrolling a lot. And it's not because I have a bad mic, because I have a professional mic and I have professional gear. Like, I think my equipment's used pretty well. I don't see how theirs stays so silent. Maybe it's a filter they have on or something. But I'm just not I'm not sure how people do it. So I'm going to try to figure out this week how to not have I know you can probably hear my mouse clicks and everything. I'm going to try to figure out how to reduce that. I feel like it's going to get on everybody's nerves. First rule for trafficking my product is you can use it as you wish. Just be gentle with them. Somebody commented, exactly how gentle does one have to be when fucking a koala bear? Very gentle. Pretty sure koalas all have chlamydia too, so probably not a good idea. My sleep paralysis was always bad. But tonight my paralysis demon... What? 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 All right. My sleep paralysis was Jesus Christ, I can't. My sleep paralysis was always bad. But tonight, my paralysis demon touched me. I don't I feel I don't Somebody commented, show where they touched you using this doll. Somebody else commented below them, right here points to the heart. uh okay. I know this isn't all right, all right. Whew. That's too much. My water bottle was empty. So was a stranger. My bottle. Jesus. My water bottle was empty. So a kind stranger refilled it for me. It tastes weird. And I also feel tired. Yeah, sounds like somebody got dosed with GHB. Yeah, I mean, it might not, the mouse click thing might not bother. I mean, still, people shouldn't have to hear it. So, if I can fix it without, because I'm not gonna jump $2,000 into equipment right now. I probably have about $1,500 worth of audio equipment as it is. It's not like I'm dumping money into it right now just to get rid of a mouse click. But if it's something I can do with just a couple edits of something, if I just a couple tweaks of equipment, then I'll go ahead and do that. A week ago, my parents told me that they hid what I wished for as my what? A week ago, my parents told me that they hid what I wished for on my 8th birthday in the garage. As I opened the box I was stuffed into, I realized I shouldn't have wished for a baby brother. Okay. I turned off the TV, wondering how many reports they would do on this new virus. I was about to tell my wife how stupid it was, but I was interrupted by my 5th coughing fit of the hour. The people are really going on about this coronavirus. It hasn't killed hardly anyone either. I wasn't so scared of my sleep. I swear. I wasn't so scared of my sleep paralysis demon this time. Then I realized I could move. I'm done with that sleep paralysis demon. It's never a good idea to ignore an obvious warning sign. But no matter how much I tried to press the brake, my car wouldn't stop accelerating. Maybe he should hit the accelerator and see if he starts braking. My parents are really good at hide and seek. It's been 7 years and I still can't find them. They probably went out for a carton of cigarettes. I hear people get lost all the time while doing that. I finally quit my medication and I feel so much better. They put a barrier between me and all the other people. They put a barrier between me and all the other people I wanted to kill. But after I quit the drugs, I was able to pass it. Okay. Drugs. Why do all my friends keep disappearing? And why does everyone sell red balloons now? 99 red balloons floating in the summer sky. I run as fast as I can and try to hide from that abomination. It screamed, "What have you done to me, Dad?" While it grabbed me, ripping apart my body. I don't know what that voice was. I just did it. What has 10 fingers and no tongue? What has 9 fingers and no tongue? Jesus. My family always says I have my late mother's face. I just want to know how they found out. Everyone's life is valuable. especially if you have an extra organ. I don't have an organ. I just have a regular keyboard. Lots of dashes, and here's one with just a lot of dashes and dots, Morse code for something. I'll read the comments. The translation is, "You're too late. I'm here." I don't know. A weird man took my sandwich. Lucky for me, I have my harvest. What? I don't get that one. Not at all. "Hello," said my father, standing in front of me. "He isn't dead, but he is supposed to be serving 30 years for murdering my mother." Yeah, it's scary. "Never let them see you bleed," my father always used to say. I thought it was just a saying until I found out everyone else's blood was red. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you're an alien. "Alexa, will ribs clog my toilet?" Jesus. It's so goofy. "Since I get so much free meat with my job, I throw a barbecue party every week. I guess that's one of the perks of working at an abortion clinic." Jesus Christ. "There will be no time travelers in the future, because in the future, everyone is going to die." That sounds about right. "NASA finally made first contact with an alien species today. The message said, 'Your planet will be a wonderful thing to play with.'" Yeah, you know what? There's one thing that makes me believe that we don't have anything hiding. Like, I worked at Edwards, which, when I was in the Air Force, and Area 51 is totally a detachment of Edwards. It's not that I had the security clearance to go over there anyway, because I wasn't doing anything crazy. But one thing makes me think that NASA has no idea about any of that stuff, is because they would have totally used they would have totally used any information about extraterrestrial life to get more funding. That's how this whole aerospace, that's how the whole industry works. We're always trying to get funding for something. And it's like the hardest, like right now with the person that's in office, funding for days for aerospace. Like, my job is, like, my positions for positions for titles for my job are like, they're super open right now. We don't have enough people. But what if we switch to the other side, then it's going to go ahead and go down again. Same with the military. But I'm not going to get into anything like that. That's why I'm sticking to vague terms and not. I don't want my channel to be a political channel. That's dumb. That doesn't breed intelligent conversation, I believe. The man was convicted of 71 murders. According to our records, he was a very active sperm donor over the past 3 decades. Jesus. So, if he was convicted of 71 murders, it was a very active sperm. Did he kill his children? I mean, I guess that's what it's letting us believe. But that's crazy. Yeah. I ordered a door camera to scare off all the package thieves. I wonder where it is. It was supposed to be delivered today. The porch pirates got it. My new job is very exciting, and my boss is so nice to me. Mr. Harvey even invited me into his apartment. Are they talking about Weinstein? Or Steve Harvey? No, I don't think Steve Harvey got in trouble or anything. Hold on. Thought somebody was knocking on my door. There's only 3 ways to kill the demon in your house. What? You think I'm actually going to tell you? Yeah, screw that. But man, that sucks. The man said he'd torture me until I died a horrible death. When I regained consciousness in my new body, he started the process once again. Well, I guess he's in hell, huh? I was never scared of the dark. In fact, I only come out of your closet when it's dark. Nice. I like the whole thought of the monster in the monster under the bed anyway, or in the closet. It's a protector. Vampires aren't real. Vampires aren't real. Vampires aren't real. I chanted to myself frantically. So why couldn't I see my reflection in my bathroom mirror when I opened my eyes? Somebody commented, "Bro, that's a window. You're drunk." As he continued eating, I nervously asked where the other guests were. He picked a piece of meat from his teeth and responded, "I told you we're having them for dinner." Marco, I yelled out, hoping that my sister would reply. From the depths of the forest came a very manly voice. Polo. Is that a manly voice? I have no idea. So I'd be like, Marco, I yelled out, hoping that my sister would reply. From the depths of the forest came a very manly voice. Polo. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what a manly voice is. Who knows? Let's see. This silicon baby technology is amazing, said the doctor. This is not the OR training room. What? This is not the OR training room, doctor, shouts the nurse as she tries to stop the doctor from squeezing the baby's head hard. Its eyes popped out. Okay. It's just the way it was written. My daughter dragged me to her broken dolly, pointed at it, and asked me, "Can you put the special red stuffing back?" I think that was probably her baby sister. No one really cared when random stars started disappearing out of the sky. That was until ours did. Entry 137. I have finally found a new way to travel through time. Entry 136. I feel as if I had made a grave mistake. Jesus. Almost a year ago, they created the bacteria to aggressively eat plastics in the hopes of cleaning up the massive problem of pollution. Now, plastics used in farming, medicine, and transportation are rapidly decomposing across the globe, and we understand the cleanup program was far too effective. It sounds like an SCP. Speaking of SCPs, here's one. I haven't read this. Okay, so everything I do in my live streams, I just do off the cuff. I should probably start planning in advance, but honestly, I kind of plan for it to be all improv anyway. Not really improv, but fly by the seat of your pants kind of thing anyway, because I don't know. That way you guys get my actual reaction of things, and I guess see how certain things work. So I haven't messed up as much as I usually mess up on my narrations. Like, on my actual narrations that I record, I'll sit there and make the exact same mistake for 5 minutes. And I'll think I'm crazy by the end of it. It's just, I'll read one sentence for like 4 or 5 minutes and be like, well, that's going to suck to edit. But I'm not doing too bad on this. SCP-002. The Living Room. Object Class. Euclid. So I haven't, quick break, I haven't looked up the object classes, but I think Euclid is not the worst, but I think it's up there, right? I think it's like 4 away or something. I don't know. I don't remember. Wait, what's good about what? I think this live stream is on a delay, so yeah. I'm just gonna keep going. I'll look back at the comment in a minute. SCP-002, known as the Living Room. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-002 is to remain connected to a suitable power supply at all times to keep in what appears to be a recharging mode. In case of electrical outage, the emergency barrier between the object and the facility is to be closed and the immediate area evacuated. Once facility power is re-established, alternating bursts of X-ray and ultraviolet lights must strobe the area until SCP-002 is affixed to the power supply and returned to the recharging mode. Containment area is to be kept at negative air pressure at all times. Teams including a minimum of 2 members are required within 20 meters of SCP-002 or its containment area. Personnel should maintain physical contact with one another at all times to confirm there is another person present. As perception may be dulled, skewed, or influenced by proximity to the object. Sorry, I didn't read that last line right. Personnel should maintain physical contact with one another at all times to confirm that there is another person present, as the reception may be dulled, skewed, or influenced by the proximity of the object. No personnel below Level 3 are permitted within SCP-002. This requirement may be waived via written authorization from 2 off-site Level 4 administrators. Command staff issued such a waiver must be escorted by at least 5 Level 3 security personnel for the duration of their contact and must temporarily surrender their rank and security clearance. Following contact, command staff will be escorted at least 5 kilometers from SCP-002 to undergo a 72-hour quarantine and psychological evaluation. If deemed fit for return to duty by psych staff, rank and security clearance may be restored when quarantine expires. Description: SCP-002 resembles a tumorous, fleshy growth with a volume of roughly 60 meters to the third power, or 2,000 feet. An iron valve hatch on one side leads to its interior, which appears to be a standard low-rent apartment of modest size. One wall of the room possesses a single window, though no such opening is visible from the exterior. The room contains furniture, which, upon further examination, appears to be sculpted bone, woven hair, and various other biological substances produced by the human body. All matter tested thus far show independent or fragmented DNA sequences for each object in the room. Refer to Mulhausen Report. Cross-reference document 00023603 for details related to object's discovery. Reference. To date, subject has been responsible for the disappearances of 7 personnel. It is also in its time at the facility further finished itself with 2 lamps, a throw rug, a television, a radio, a beanbag chair, 3 books in an unknown language, 4 children's toys, and a small potted plant. Tests with a variety of lab animals, including higher primates, failed to provoke a response in SCP-002. Cadavers as well failed to produce any effect. Whatever process the subject uses to convert organic matter into furnishing is apparently only facilitated by the introduction of living humans. Man, I'm getting worse as I go along. Let me read off that last line again. Cadavers as well fail to produce any effect. Whatever process the subject uses to convert organic matter into furnishings is apparently only facilitated by the introduction of living humans. There we go. Here is a view of the Mulhausen report. Mulhausen report 00.023.603. The following is a brief report detailing the discovery of SCP-002. Subject was discovered in small crater in North Portugal, where it struck the Earth from orbit. Encased in a shell of thick rock, the fleshy exterior of the object was exposed by the impact. A native farmer happened upon the site and reported his findings to the village elder. Subject gained SCP attention when a Level 4 agent posted in the area detected a small radioactive anomaly generated by the object. A collection squad of SCP security personnel led by General Mulhausen was immediately dispatched in the area, where they quickly secured the subject in a large container and performed initial testing with the subjects recruited from the nearby village. 3 men individually sent into the structure subsequently disappeared. Upon discovering this deadly property of the subject, General Mulhausen issued a Level 4A termination order of any witnesses, roughly 1/3 of the village, to ensure no outside knowledge of the object, and initiated its transport to the SCP facility. Data is expunged. During preparation for transport, 4 SCP security personnel were inexplicably drawn inside the object, where they were too immediate. Wait, what? During preparation for the transport, 4 SCP security personnel were inexplicably drawn inside the object, where they too immediately disappeared. Following inspection, it appeared as if the object had grown several new furnishings and was beginning to look like the interior of an apartment room. General Mulhausen immediately ordered the requisition of several Class 3 hazmat suits for the remaining security team members, who proceeded to lift the container onto the waiting freight ship for the transport of the SCP containment facility. Data is expunged. This data is also expunged. Following the termination of General Mulhausen, SCP-002 was resecured by the SCP staff and brought into special containment and classified, where it currently resides. Staff with clearance below Level 3 have been denied access to SPC-002 container without prior approval of at least 2 Level 4 staff after the Mulhausen incident. That's a mouthful. How you fly by the seat of your pants. Oh yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that you like the random struggling on my end. I'm trying to find. I had a drink in here, and I cannot find it. I think I started at 9:30. Give me one moment. Okay, I am back. Let's see. This one. Yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting I have a viewer counter on my screen. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and read from r/let's not meet. Then maybe a small SCP, and then I think we're gonna wrap this up after that. Let's see. Random guy on the dance floor. Roommate's daughter ex tried to break in. Subway stalking. Almost got shot by a pimp. I got bad luck. We thought it was a troll texting us. It was actually a psychopath. Nobody is taking this seriously. Stargazing ruined by silent creeps. The man next door. Creepy old man at the laundromat. What's a good one? What's one that screams good? My sister's creepy ex. Tall, dark, and clingy. Let's go for tall, dark, and clingy. Makes you human. Can connect with you. You're not scared to show yourself, not at your best, which is awesome. All right, thanks, man. Or not, man. What I, guys, man / chick. I don't know. I don't assume that they're online. I've made that mistake before. No, but not trying to clear my throat into the mic, but I keep doing it by accident. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy that. Like, that's kind of what Saturdays are supposed to be for the people that want. I've had people message me saying that I don't seem real, that I seem like that I seem maybe not personable or this and that, and I think they think that that's just like I was just trying to be professional or something, but this is like just really me. I don't I try to stick to a script a lot of times, yeah, but I do go off the cut. Like if it's something that just doesn't make sense, I'll change a sentence here or there. I'll usually let a writer know too. But off topics, clocks go ahead here 1 hour tonight. Daylight savings time. Oh crap. Yeah, I'm about to we lose an hour tonight. I forgot. I hate losing sleep. I barely get any as it is. So losing an hour is detrimental. I'm just glad it's not on a Monday because I'd be dead inside. But yeah, I've been told that they're like, oh, it seems like it doesn't seem like you're putting any of your personality forward. And trust me, I am. I guess I'm a little bit different in person, but like when I'm in front of a mic, I don't know. This is the personality I have. My voice tends to change in front of a mic too, which is weird. But all right, we're going to go ahead and read Let's Not Meet. or not let's, it's from r slash let's not meet, posted by user discovering Cree, tall, dark, tall, and clingy. Hopefully this belongs here. After losing a significant amount of weight, I regained my life. I started pursuing my dreams of being a writer slash editor, and this one client of mine had a friend. This friend, we will call him M. My client invited me to this little get together, and enjoying the new confidence my new body came with, I agreed. Okay, plastic surgery maybe. It was just a group of friends, and this is where I met M. He was rather charming, good-looking, and honestly probably the only person I ever did a double take on. The night was young, and we were all just mingling and having a good time. The more time had passed, the more M would become clingy. It started off with him just sitting by me, and I'm just making sure I was having a good time. Then it escalated to him offering me drinks and not taking no for an answer when I told him that I was not an alcohol drinker. This alarmed me, and I told my client about it, who then reassured me that in their culture, refusal is disrespectful. Not trying to get on bad terms with anyone, I decided that I'd take the drink and just baby it. M noticed and asked me if something was wrong with the drink. I told him nothing and went on about mingling. Things became more strained because M now decided that after my speaking to others in this group was aggravating him. M now decided that my speaking to others in this group aggravated him. He didn't like me talking to other males, and the women there who were Jesus. He didn't like me talking to the other males, and the women there who were dressed immodest, like he put it, would leave me wanting to do the same. I hate it when grammar's not right because it throws me off. I would like to point out I came to this party alone. Wasn't even interested in dating, and here is this man who already called dibs. At this point, he became a nuisance, and I decided that I would just ignore him. Worst mistake of my life. He became irate. He screamed and threw a tantrum like a toddler wanting candy from the shop. He demanded I speak to him, or my job as my client's editor would be over. He threw anything that was in arm's length and attempted to grab me, but I quickly moved out of his way. I had enough and was ready to go. I told my client goodbye and decided that I'd take an Uber to my sister's house, whose husband was a police officer. I'm glad I did. I found out M had followed my taxi ride, and he came out of his car as I was approaching my sister's front door, as if nothing happened at the party, and he wanted to talk and apologize for his little outburst. Luckily, my very tall and muscular brother opened the door just before M could try anything funny. My brother-in-law's very threatening demeanor was enough to scare him away. I didn't hear much from him after this encounter, and I dropped my client. I later found out that my client was related to M, and he pulled this whole thing because I wasn't responding to his advances, and M just took it a bit far because he cares for his cousin. To M, let's not meet again, and to my ex-client, you disgust me. Yeah, I think that belonged there. It's r/let's not meet, so it's really vague. There are some like really creepy stuff, and then there's some that like, oh, you're not very nice. Let's not meet again. I think the rules of that are as long as you can say the sentence "let's not meet again" afterwards, or "let's not meet," then it probably fits there pretty good. That's what the rules seem like anyway. Okay. Do. I think I'm gonna read one more. I'm gonna read one small SCP, and then I think that's gonna be about it. Let's find one. Okay, I'm not farting. If it sounds like it, my chair is just really noisy. I usually sit in a different chair, but this is the one I'm sitting in today. This is going to be SCP-005, or the Skeleton Key. Object class is safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-005 poses no immediate risk in any direct SCP-005 poses no immediate risk in any direct sense. Even so, its unique functions require special measures be taken to restrict access and manipulation of the object. Approval of at least one Level 4 personnel is required for the removal of the object from the containment area. Description. In appearance, SCP-005 resembles an ornate key, displaying the characteristics of the typical mass-produced key used in the 1920s. The key was discovered when a civilian used it to infiltrate a high-security facility. SCP-005 seems to have a unique ability to open any and all forms of lock. See Appendix A. Be they mechanical or digital with a relative ease. The origin of this ability has yet to be determined. Additional notes. SCP-005 may be used as a replacement for lost security passes, but only under the supervision of at least one Level 4 personnel. SCP-005 may not be used for vending machine repairs, opening lockers, or any personnel's spare home key. Removal of the object from the compound will result in immediate termination. Appendix A. While SCP-005 has been shown to be effective in removing almost any form of locking device, further experiments have shown that efforts to disguise the purpose or identity of a lock will have proven at least somewhat successful in defeating SCP-005's ability. In approximately 50% of cases where a volunteer was not able to identify a locking device as such, SCP-005 was not successful in deactivating the device. Due to these results, SCP-005 has been tentatively classified as sentient, and further tests are being run to determine its cognitive abilities. However, there are no results that show any traits that prevent it from being able to identify any particular locking device. Only that the aforementioned device has been heavily concealed and disguised. That's a pretty crazy containment object, huh? So wait, how is it? Maybe I read it wrong. Or maybe not read it wrong. I read the words. Oh, the words right. Maybe I read it in my head wrong. How was it? How did they figure out it was sentient? It's tentatively classified as sentient. I don't know. Oh well. So, I think I'm going to wrap it up for the night. It is 10:58. That was an hour and a half. Closing comments are going to be... Oh, if you have any questions, you might as well go ahead and type it out now, because by the end of the stream, I'll be able to see that. So yeah, we went ahead and discussed that this channel may go in a different direction other than just straight narration. That we will be eventually Um, it's everything that's going to happen is going to take place after the 100 subscriber mark, especially for merchandise, because I want a link, a YouTube URL, before I'm able to do anything with merchandise, because I want to put that link on any piece of shirt or hat or anything. I don't know. Maybe it's just something that I want to be able to put on it. So that's the big push for that 100 subscribers. I'm not in a rush to get as many people on the channel as we can. I mean, it's whoever wants to listen to me can. I mean, I like anybody that wants to listen to me, but I'm not going to force it. I just want to hurry up and get that 100 subscribers so I get that URL, and then we can go ahead and push forward with everything else. But I think this whole journey is going to be fun. That we're gonna have a lot of fun, terrifying adventures. Anybody that either wants a face reveal or hates a face reveal, let me know. Just post whatever your thought is on a face reveal for that whole thing. It doesn't really matter to me. I just see a lot of other horror narrators that like don't show it, and it makes sense to not show your face when you're narrating, when you're only doing narration, because it keeps that creepy factor. It dials that up a bit. But if I'm doing other things, there's almost no point. I mean, I have a mask I can use that basically looks like this. This right here is a Mardi Gras mask. This shop only pops up once a year for 1 weekend only, and I was able to buy one off of there that looked like this. But yeah, just share your thoughts and feelings about what you think about a face reveal. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and go to bed now. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and record my next narration probably, or go to bed. I'm not sure yet. Well, good night.